It's a 1/8 scale buggy, a Losi 8 2.0. It's not new, it's been out a while. They're actually on 4.0 now. I've had this for a few years. I bought it new as a ready to run, and the thing has been awesome. Absolutely, absolutely great. I've done a lot to it, but I'm slowly converting it from a ready to run to really high performance. I'm not a racer, I'm a basher, but I'm just looking for the ultimate in strength and durability. So far it's been that. The car is very fast. Right now I have a OS VZB V-Spec engine, which is old. The engine, I got it for like $70, brand new, 2 years ago, and the engine runs great, I have to say. I know some of you racers out there are going to laugh at the engine. You know, you guys are running $400, the new OS stuff and Nova Rossi engines. I get it, I know all that stuff, but I'm a basher pretty much, and for that purpose, this engine, for some reason, just marries up real well with this car. And I guess a lot of other 1/8 scale buggies, it was a popular engine. Eventually, maybe in another year or so, I'm going to change this, and I'm thinking of getting a Works B6 Pro. I heard a lot of good things. If anybody else has some suggestions as to what to go to, again, I'm focusing mainly on bashing, so I'm not looking to spend, $500 on a Nova Rossi engine or whatever. I was trying to pick up a Ninja a while ago, but they're hard to come by now and they're pricey too. So I pretty much leading the pack is going to be that B6 Pro as it stands, but I'm definitely open to suggestion. Anyway, let me give you a little walkthrough, and it looks like pretty much the ready to run, but it's not. This is the ready to run body, and the way I outfit this is I basically run this off-road and on-road. That's why you can see here the Proline Road Rage tires, which have been really good. I mean, I run this on asphalt and concrete, and they seem to give me a good balance of slip and grip, and they've been really good. They held up pretty well. I'm still running the stock diff oil. I believe it's 8ight 2.0 on this, but I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to go to 7, 10, and 3, or 7, 10, and 5 possibly. So we'll make a change there. But the shock towers have been changed to the race towers. Still has the stock chassis, the ready to run chassis, but look, you can see how little scraping there is on that. I mean, it's in really good condition. This car is like, you never know it was that old. I clean it after every bash, and this is my basic on-road setup. I do usually lower the shocks down a little more. Let me show you the stance of it. So this is basically, you can kind of see the ride height of how it is, but suspension on this car is pretty good. I've been happy with the shocks, and I usually lower it a little bit more than this, but it handles well. And then I have another setup. I just finished a second body, a brand new body, and I have different wheels. I run Proline Badlands with this, and they just rip like you wouldn't believe. So basically when I'm running on-road, I have one car set up with a body and wheels to match, for on-road, and then when I go off-road, I use my other body, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and the wheels to match for that surface, obviously. But as far as the truck goes, the body looks stock, but it's not. Let me get it back up on the stand for a minute. I'll try to give you a better look. I did put some lights in also, so put like a little makeshift on-off switch in the back. So I have lights, 4 LEDs, 2 on either side in the front, 1, 2, then on the other side, 1, 2, and then I have 2 on top here. I don't want to blind the camera, but I got 2 right up here, 1 here and 1 here. So I got 6 on the front. Those are all white, and they're like the 5mm, so they're brighter. They really throw off a lot of light. On the back, I have 2. You see it through the spoiler, through the wing a little bit. I have 2 red LEDs. Turn that side. You can see there's 2 red ones in the back, and there's the LEDs on the front. And there's a little switch on the back that allows me, when I press it, to change configuration of the lights. So different blinking patterns, constant on. So I thought that was pretty cool. Usually I keep them constant on, but it's nice to have the flexibility. And I have that on the stock body. I also decided to start putting mesh. I don't know if you can see here. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Right here where the air filter is on the front and the side, I put mesh. I cut this hole in here. That's not the nicest thing to look at, but with the mesh it kind of dresses it up a little bit, and it just gives it a little more air intake. So I find that's helpful too. The engine probably likes that. So that's pretty much it as far as the body goes. Other than that, the body is stock, and the body's still in pretty good condition. It's taken a couple of flips and bangs here and there, but overall it's not in bad condition. So buggy bodies last a little bit longer because usually the shock towers take the brunt of the impact and stuff. So I'm gonna have a connector here which I can disconnect the lights, and inside you'll see I have mesh for my the air intakes on the side and the front. I mean, this was, like I said, it was a ready to run body, and I just went ahead and did some things to modify it. Not bad, nothing amazing, but not bad at all. My other body, which I'm going to show in a minute when I reconfigure this for off-road, I like a lot better, and I'm actually not even finished with it. But to take a look at the car, let me bring it in a little bit, see if I can get a little closer look here to what I have going on. And I have high-tech servos. I got rid of the stock servos, so I'm running high-techs 7955 and 7965s. They've been fantastic. I have a Works pipe on here, and like I said, the OS VZB spec. Really good engine. I am running the telemetry that comes with it. It's okay. I don't know if the temperature sensor is all that accurate. I use a temperature gun, so I trust that more than the telemetry sensors. But stock gas tank, lots of aluminum upgrades. The front hubs and spindles are all aluminum. Shock caps, and it has the compression compensators in the bladders. Of course, I have the servo saver top, front brace and top plate are all aluminum, back brace, all the hinge pin mounts. I have like Lunsford titanium turnbuckles and things on here, and DE mudguards on the back. I have a one-piece engine mount. I don't know if you can see in there. That's the one piece. That comes in really handy because I don't lose my mesh when I take the engine off. So I love that. And I really like this Losi tubing. It's very thick walled. I've had a lot of different brands of tubing. It sounds silly, but the Losi tubing I find is one of the best. The wall thickness is good. It allows you to position it, and I think it insulates the gas from heat a little bit better. I try to keep some of the tubing away from the muffler and from the engine. That's why I have separation here, just because even the fuel filter right here I try to keep off the pipe because I want to minimize heat transfer. The engine has been sealed with Lucky 7 and aluminum servo saver for the steering. The steering servo is way overkill. The 75-55 metal gear is way more than this car needs, but it's phenomenal. I can't say a bad thing about it, really. It's been perfect up till now, and the only thing I'm going to change, I think, is that chassis. I have a race chassis downstairs, a black one, which I'm going to swap out. And I think after that, I'm probably going to be done with all the upgrades, and even some of the aluminum washers look pretty cool. And I upgraded some of the 2.0 stuff to 3.0. For instance, the Ackerman on the 3.0 vehicle, instead of using bushings, it has ball bearings, so it allows you to tighten down the screws better, and your steering stays smooth, it doesn't bind. So I changed them to the version 3 Ackerman with the bearings. I have the version 3 radio tray and linkage system. That's completely different. It changes the location of the servos and the push rod. Everything is completely different. I like that better. I have a LiPo from ProTech that I got on here. So that LiPo powers the lights and my 2 servos. I'm not using a regulator. The servos can handle it. Other than that, I mean, it's upgraded almost as far as I can upgrade it. The only thing I'm missing, I think, are the aluminum shock ends and the spring holders. And I have also the bearings throughout the whole car have been upgraded to ceramic. And in the back, you're not going to be able to see it, but the diff case in the back has the aluminum inserts instead of the plastic ones, because they will stretch out after a while. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Here's the off-road setup. Different body. Still have the screening in the intakes on the side. I didn't put any screening here because I have the windows clear. I may tint the windows. I'm actually inclined to leave them maybe clear. I'm not going to put a screen in here. I'm just going to leave that hole just by the air filter. And new body I painted using spray cans. I made the masks myself for the design, and came out pretty good. And the wheels to match. Very hard to find like these kind of wheels that are not like coming from China, like some no-name, who knows what they are, HSP or whatever, some crazy brands. But these are OFNA wheels, which are very hard to find. My other ones were also OFNA wheels. I used them for the on-road with my Proline Road Rage, which I think Proline has stopped making now that they have these Prime wheels. So, I don't know, next when these finally go, I'll probably try the Prime. Big fan of Proline tires. But anyway, I like the way the body came out. Different theme. Proline Badlands. These things are awesome. I mean, I'm sure that's no mystery to anybody. It's one of the most popular off-road tires and trucks, short course trucks, buggies, or whatever. But these things rip up dirt and grass. This thing really hauls. It's tuned real good, and it's been broken in very carefully. I use temperature monitor. I still, if possible, preheat it if the day's not that hot. I don't run this in the winter. I have a conversion kit to brushless, but I didn't install it yet. And I don't think I'm going to convert this to brushless. I have another project which I'm going to be doing. It's a big truggy. It's like basically more of a monster truck with a truggy platform. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein creation. It's called the Death Dealer. I'm going to have a video on a whole project that I'm converting, but I'm not just converting from Nitro to brushless. I want to run both. So in the summertime, I'm going to run Nitro, and in the winter, I'm going to convert it to brushless so I can run it in the wintertime. I don't run my Nitro engines in the winter. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I just think it's real cold. The metal really constricts a lot, and I think you lose a lot of compression. Anyway, this engine is rock solid the way it is. It's tuned pretty good. I'm going to upload some running videos of this in both on-road and off-road configurations so you can really hear it and see it run. The thing is really fast. Again, I'm not a racer. I'm a basher, but who doesn't like speed, right? Handles well. It's a lot of fun. It jumps pretty well. It's not light. It could be lighter. I could have made this a lot lighter, but it's built for durability, basically. And so that's it. Those are the two. Basically, it's two buggies in one. It's an off-road buggy, and when I run off-road, I usually give it a little more clearance for ramp jumping and taller grass. And when I run on-road, I drop it down a little bit, so it gets a little more bite on the hard surface. But either way, I'll tell you, this thing hauls. It's a lot of fun. It's been very durable. It's been worth it. I've had it for a long time. Upgrade here, upgrade there. I like that Losi made it, affordable. They gave you a good buggy out of the box. Not great, but good. And it allows you to, over time, just work on it. At this point, I have so much into this buggy, and this is nowhere near a 2.0. This thing is upgraded up to kazoo. So it doesn't warrant me going to get, a 3.0 or a 4.0. I'm not a racer. If I was, yeah, sure. And I wouldn't have this engine either. But for a basher, it's a good combination the way it is. So I try to keep it neat. Maybe some of my techniques give you guys ideas. Maybe you have some ideas on how I can you know, change this up or do something more to this, because, you know, that's one of the fun things about this hobby and these kind of cars is you can change it up and, you know, customize it to your liking and do all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, I've routed even the fuel tubing the best way I thought I could do that, and so on. So everybody's is different. Here's mine. Hope you liked the video, and stay tuned for a lot more RC stuff.